maybe this is just me, my biased thoughts as a City fan, but I tweeted about this, that a last minute winner from a corner due to a United error isn't going to convince me that this was a really good, solid performance by Arsenal, and it doesn't give me any confidence that they're going to, go on and properly challenge City for the title. I think that they were very fortunate to get all 3 points from this game, in my opinion.
Looking at the start of the season, it is very similar to how they ended it last season.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it is very, very similar because let's be honest, right? That the Forest game was an easy game, but they only won 2-1. They weren't comfortably winning that.
If that game went on for another 10, 15 minutes, I reckon it would have been 2-2. Yeah, even the Palace one, they won through just a penalty.
The Palace one, they got a penalty from. They struggled there, even though obviously the Palace away is difficult. But I feel like the start of the season is where you should start to be like, this is our aim. We know what we want. Okay, you could talk about the way that City do start a bit slowly than usual, but you have the idea of what they're doing. You see with City what the game plan is, and sometimes they have game droughts. No one wins every game, and sometimes they'll come in a clump. Yeah. But when it's last season to this season, you've upgraded your squad, and you've still got that same kind of issues there of can't keep a clean sheet against anyone pretty much, and struggling, not scoring as many, and things like that is a bit of a
red flag.
Is a red flag pretty much, And if people were saying that's the closest competition for City, then it's not very close from what I've seen.
Yeah, look, it's early days. We only play 4 games, but you brought up the City thing, and I do agree. City do tend to start slowly, but Arsenal aren't City. There are many other reasons why City you do start slowly and then build up the momentum, etc. You can't really afford to try that out at City because there's no guarantee that you will kick in at the end. We all know City will kick in towards the middle end of the season. There is no guarantee that Arsenal will do that because they're not quite proven in that respect. So in my opinion, at this stage in the season, obviously wins are important, but it's not yet got to the point where it's like, all that matters is the win and the performance doesn't matter. It just matters we get the 3 points. That's like in the last few games of a title race. Like you want the performances to be still really good at this stage of the season.
That's what Leicester did. They had the first half of that season that they won the title. They were immense. And then I remember them just winning 1-0 like 6-7 games in a row, just 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. And it was like, right, well, that's all you need now.
Yeah, because it's a title running.
Exactly, yeah. So it doesn't make a difference. So, but I think it's like up to Christmas now is when you got to put your foot down about that we're in a title race. We want to win the league. But up to now, it's just kind of been a bit like the end of last season, a bit, what's going on.
Yeah, and that's worrying because obviously from an Arsenal perspective, because the end of their season wasn't particularly good. It was
the start of last season that was great for
exactly, them. Yeah, where they were flying. Yeah. Exactly. And so I just look at the likes of, again, I know it's early, but the likes of Saka, who's not, I know he scored that really good goal against Forest, but I've not really been impressed with his performances.
He hasn't done. He's been very quiet.
He allowed Dallo, who's a right back, to shut him down, basically. I can't really remember Saka doing, apart from that one miss he made, I can't remember Saka doing anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he didn't really offer much.
And just through the middle for Arsenal as well, they just seem really...
They're lacking a number 9 as well,
and lacking creativity.
Because Jesus isn't bad, but he's not the end product. Like City, he wasn't a title winning striker. That's why City sold him. Yeah, and City got in a title winning striker, and Nketiah and Jesus aren't the world class strikers to have all the talent to have to win titles.
Yeah, and I'm not. I know Declan Rice got the winning goal and. People said he played really well. I thought it was all right. I'm not convinced he's settled in yet.
Let's be honest, right? That match, no one stood out. No one was like immense, really. It was to me, it was a very solid. I would probably say everyone played a 7, a 6 or a 7. Yeah. No one was like a 9. So just because he got the winner, people that's like had a great game. It says no. It says he just passed the ball around midfield like a midfielder. Nothing else.
Yeah, I don't think that the midfield isn't quite right for me yet. Obviously, there are changes. Rice and Havertz have come in, Xhaka's left, etc. But yeah, they seem to be lacking creativity in the middle. They seem to be focusing too much play on the out wide, and their wide players aren't actually performing that well so far. So it's a weird one for Arsenal, I think. And as I say, I wasn't really impressed with their performance against United or generally. And if anything, that game. It's just the 3 points are irrelevant to me. That's just sort of reinforced my thoughts that they are not going to be there come, February, March. I think it could be as early as that. I think that, we'll see a pretty noticeable gap.
And you got Champions League games coming in as well. So
yeah,
it's not like last season doing the Europa League, they were playing half squads. You can't do that in the Champions League. They're going to play full strength. So they'll be interesting to see, though.
Yeah, I've been more impressed with, the likes of Spurs. Even Liverpool I've been more impressed with, to be fair.